Man in Texas takes alien abduction to a horrifying new low. Scientists in Peru uncover a tiny mummy that may not be from this world. A top U.S. advisor ties a UFO crash to JFK's assassination. And new whispers from inside the Vatican raise the ultimate question: has the church been hiding the truth about aliens all along? Buckle up, because we're going to dive into the headlines you were never supposed to hear.
We need to save ourselves.
Welcome to Mostly True Alien News and Entertainment, where we are all alien for the next 8 minutes. I'm Neal Girandola, driving the mothership, and riding shotgun with me is Andrew Triana, who's going to walk us through the latest headlines that might just change what you think you know about life beyond Earth. First up, sometimes the strangest alien stories don't come from the stars, they come from right here on Earth, and what happened in Texas recently is one of the most alien examples we've ever seen. Andrew, tell me about this story.
A man in Texas confessed to abducting 79 people over several years while dressed as an alien. Authorities report the suspect created makeshift spacecraft environments to convince his victims they were part of alien experiments, during which he committed acts of sexual assault. The suspect, whose name remains undisclosed due to ongoing investigations, faces charges of kidnapping, assault, and impersonating a non-human entity to carry out his crimes. Federal and local agencies are working together to process the extent of his actions, which spanned multiple counties and states.
It's cases like this that really mess things up for the rest of us who are just trying to have a halfway normal conversation about aliens.
Look, the whole thing is just nuts, man, when you think about it. I mean, this guy is dressing up like an alien to bang people in the back of a makeshift spacecraft van.
Yeah, there's clubs you can join for that. You don't have to do this illegally anymore. Not that I know this.
Well, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Kind of taking this down a dark, deep path. Let's get off this train. All right, speaking of the real deal, down in Peru, scientists might have found something that's a lot harder to fake. And if it holds up, it could change everything we think we know about life beyond Earth. Andrew, what's happening in Peru?
Okay, let me take you to early 2024. Researchers in Peru revealed a discovery that could change everything we know about life beyond Earth, nicknamed Santiago. A newly uncovered Nazca mummy underwent carbon dating and DNA analysis, revealing it was less than 5 years old at the time of death and composed of genetic materials not found anywhere on Earth. Santiago's body measures just under 2 feet tall, with an elongated skull, large almond-shaped eye sockets, and 3 long fingers on each hand. While some skeptics recall past controversies around the Nazca finds, scientists insist this discovery has been subjected to rigorous testing, and the results defy all known classifications.
Well, Santiago actually fits the bill for a gray, right? Around 2 feet tall, it's got everything. It's got the big head, the big eyes, and now it's non-human DNA.
Yeah, but how did they come up with the name Santiago? I mean, I know it's Peru. I get it. But seriously, couldn't they just call them like Fred or Charlie?
It's funny that it's like could be one of the biggest finds ever in DNA, and you're focused on what they're calling them.
Why were all the other Nazca aliens like, no, those aren't real? But this one is, because you know what? We did better testing this time. What happened prior?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because you don't know how reliable the DNA and carbon dating results truly are. And I don't know how many peer-reviewed studies have been done on the previous.
Have you seen those photos of those? It looks like I made it in a paper mache class when I was 5 years old.
I know, but even Santiago kind of looks like that. He's just like newer and improved.
We fixed the problem with the paper mache. We made it better now. It looks so much more real. And then I piss on it, mix it with the paper mache, makes the DNA crazy.
And we name it Santiago, they never ask us anything.
They're never going to believe that it's not Santiago. Look, it looked like a Santiago to me.
I don't know how credible this is.
Yeah, and the mummification of it just looks too good.
It is, but what do they have to gain? I guess maybe tourism?
No, I think it's tourism. I mean, reading the article, I've gotten like 6 emails. Come visit Peru.
All right. If ancient alien visitors aren't enough for you, let's talk modern history, because one presidential advisor says the truth about UFOs was almost revealed and it may have cost JFK his life. Andrew, do tell what happened here.
Harold Malmgren, was a presidential advisor for 4 U.S. presidents. He has made a startling disclosure. He claimed that a UFO crash occurred in 1962 and that President John F. Kennedy intended to reveal the existence of extraterrestrial life. According to Malmgren, JFK's willingness to disclose the truth may have contributed to his assassination. Though no direct physical evidence has been presented to support the claim, Malmgren's reputation as a trusted advisor has added weight to long-standing theories linking high-level government secrecy with the death of JFK.
Was Malmgren on his deathbed when he was telling us this?
Yeah, he was dying. He's on his deathbed. You know, I don't know how old he was. Probably had like dementia, Alzheimer's.
I just love the whole sworn to secrecy until I'm about to die.
Wait, what is it? It was an alien. What'd he say? He said Kennedy, UFO crashing, assassination. That's it. They killed him because of the UFO crashing.
I wonder what would have happened in the 60s if it was revealed. If JFK got out and, his address to the nation was,
War of the Worlds, man. People would have been freaking out, stocking up on guns and canned goods and building fallout shelters. And
all right. While political leaders may have been silenced, some believe the most powerful institution on Earth, the Vatican, has been quietly guarding an even bigger cosmic secret for centuries. All right, we know the Pope died, so what's going on at the Vatican, Andrew?
Speculation has reignited about the Vatican's potential role in concealing knowledge of extraterrestrial life. The Vatican, long known for its astronomical observatories and interest in cosmic phenomenon, has been rumored to possess documents and artifacts suggesting non-human contact. Whistleblowers inside the Vatican circles have hinted that information about extraterrestrials has been classified at the highest level for centuries, fearing the theological upheaval it could cause. Although no formal acknowledgement has been made, growing calls for disclosure are beginning to reach even the oldest corners of global power.
You know, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. If aliens did show up, every religion on Earth would have to answer a lot of uncomfortable questions. And the Vatican's been pretty good at playing that long game when it comes to aliens.
I'm interested to see what happens with the conclave. That is the coolest part of the whole election of the Pope. Maybe they'll elect an alien.
Pope Pie the alien? I don't know what they call him.
They call him Popey.
All right, that's a wrap for today's alien headlines. Until next time, you're going to keep your mind open, your feet on the ground, and be kind to the aliens when they get here. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and share. All right, people. Peace out.
We need to